You're live. What's up, guys? Happy April 1st, aka April Fool's Day. I really wanted to start off with some kind of crazy April Fool's joke, but everybody's saying you're not supposed to do April Fool's joke today because of everything that's going on in the world. So I didn't come up with anything. I wanted to, but anyway, it's all good. Hopefully, you guys have been having a good day so far, good Wednesday. Uh, Anybody pull any April Fool's jokes today? You guys should let me know. And if you haven't, I guess there's still time. But yeah, there was literally an article this morning that said why you shouldn't do April Fool's jokes today. I'm a little bit of a different opinion. I think that humor is a good thing for our souls. The Bible tells us that a joyful heart is good medicine. So since we don't have a vaccine, being happy, a joyful heart, that's a good thing. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a little bit of fun today. I think that's pretty important, having some fun. So I was just throwing a question out there. It's April Fool's Day for those of you just checking in. Anybody do anything funny today? Let me know in the comments if you guys did something funny today. I'd love to hear about it. Apologies for the airplanes. I live by Deer Valley Airport, so we might get a few of those throughout our conversation today. But yeah, hopefully you guys are doing well. Yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day to be alive. It's a good day to be healthy. It's a good day to be together, getting ready to get into God's word. So I see a few of you out there on the interwebs. So you guys better let me know if you guys did any April Fool's jokes, or if you want to do an April Fool's joke, or if you plan to, let me know. So today we are in Mark. I think it's reversed. I don't know. Chapter 2, Mark chapter 2. We're going to be looking at verse 13 through verse 17. So that's Mark 13, sorry, Mark 2, 13 through Mark 2, verse 17. And this is how it goes. It says, he went out again beside the sea. This is Jesus. He went out again beside the sea, and all the crowd was coming to him, and he was teaching them. And as he passed by, he saw Levi, the son of Alphaeus, sitting at the tax booth. And he said to him, follow me. And he rose and followed him. What's up, guys? And as he reclined at the table in his house, many tax collectors and sinners were reclining with Jesus and his disciples, for there were many who followed him. And the scribes of the Pharisees, when they heard that he was eating with sinners and tax collectors, said to his disciples, why does he eat with tax collectors and sinners? And when Jesus heard it, he said to them, those who are well have no need of a physician, but those who are sick. I came not to call the righteous, but sinners. So fun stuff. We've been getting to see a little bit more about Jesus and who he was and his heart and his attitude. We've gotten some really good stories over the last few days, last week or so. Yesterday we talked about how Jesus healed the dude that was like brought down from the ceiling, where his buddies literally opened up the roof and not dropped him, but lowered him down through the ceiling. And, today we hear the story about Jesus seeing a man named Levi and calling him to become one of his disciples. And if I recall, Levi is also Matthew. So the book of Matthew, Levi, same guy. These dudes all had like multiple names. Like Peter was also called Simon. What's up, yo? So yeah, it's fun stuff. But anyway, so Jesus calls this tax collector named Matthew or Levi, and while he's like legit cheating people, so he's sitting at the tax table, and Jesus like, hey, you should come follow me. And like I mentioned a few days ago, these guys literally just thought they were like you and me. They thought they were normal. They didn't think they were special. And so to have someone with the authority, the like this guy was super well known, to come up to you and ask you to be a part of what he was doing was a super powerful thing. And so much so that he literally just leaves his stuff and then goes and eats with Jesus. And not only that, but all of his buddies were kind of like a little bit in shock, that, hey, look at Levi, Jesus, that guy that's out in the middle of towns in the wilderness teaching and preaching and healing people, just call Levi to be part of his entourage, And so that's what's so cool about the story is that Jesus didn't care, who they were, their past, any of that stuff. He was just excited, to reach out to these people and to speak with them and to call them to be a part of what he was doing and invite them to be a part of what he was doing. And so so he goes over to Levi's house. There's a bunch of other tax collectors and sinners, and they're all sitting there eating with Jesus and his disciples. And I mean, you can imagine today, like, I don't know what the comparison would be. It'd be like maybe like the mob. No, I don't know about tax collectors and the mob. That's probably not the same thing. You guys have any ideas? What would be like a modern day tax collector? Like somebody who's part of society, kind of looked down on, kind of known to be cheaters. They weren't well liked. Maybe lawyers. I don't know. Anyway, but these people, I mean, they weren't known to be good people. Like I said, typically what would happen is that the Romans would require a thief, yeah, maybe, require them to pay a certain amount of money, like say, 150 bucks. And then the tax collector would be like, yeah, the government said you had to pay 250 bucks. And they would pay the government 150 and take the other 100 and pocket it. So nobody liked these dudes. They were not super popular. The government, yeah, maybe. And so, yeah, the Pharisees, like the religious people, are like, what does Jesus think he's doing? Like, he's eating with sinners and he's eating with tax collectors, and they're getting all bent out of shape. But Jesus, he's like, dude's just smart, man. He just gets after them. And so you see in verse 17, verse 16, they're asking like why he's doing it. And then verse 17, it says, this is Mark 2:17. When Jesus heard it, he said to them, those who are well have no need of a physician, but those who are sick. I came not to call the righteous, but sinners. And man, it's just like, it's like a sucker punch, man. Like these guys thought that they had, a leg to stand on. That's an old phrase, but they thought they had like a good, thing to come at Jesus with. Like, hey, you're literally hanging out and enjoying time with these people who are not good people. They're bad people. You're hanging around with bad company. And Jesus is like, hey, doctors don't go to help people that are well. Doctors go to help people who are sick. And I just think that's such a, oh man, it's a good challenge. It's a good thing to remember, Let me ask you guys, like, how often do you hang out with people who aren't Christians, especially now? Like now we don't hang out with anybody because we're stuck at home. But, I'm sure at school, like that's the exception. Like you do hang around people that aren't believers. But how often are we thinking and challenging ourselves to reach out to people who don't know Jesus, like the people who are sick, the people who need Jesus? I think we can get very comfortable just hanging around with, people who think like us, who act like us, who believe the same things we believe. And that is important. Like it's super important to have like good Christian friends. And it's important to have a good community that you trust, that you can go to when you need help and advice and, support. But at the same time, like we, as followers of Jesus, we have the answers to so many questions that people have. And so our heart should be, how can I go out and find people who need the answers, and how can I help point them to Jesus? So that's the encouragement, for today. Like, let's be thinking even now, man, how How many of your friends that aren't followers of Jesus might be struggling? You know, how many of your friends that aren't followers of Jesus who are stuck at home, you know, might need some encouragement. So my encouragement to you is today, be like Jesus. Reach out to the sinners and the tax collectors, and let's just be a positive encouragement, a light to them. So that's what I got for you guys today. Since there's a few of you on in the chat, let me know how's everything going. You guys doing well? Any prayer requests? How's school going? Are you guys managing, figuring it out? Let me know. That's my bad habit. Sorry, guys. Anything fun going on in your lives? All right, you can pop them in there if you want. But hey, a couple other quick things. Don't forget, guys, we'll be back here again tomorrow, 1:30, the next day, 1:30. And then on Sunday at 4, we're going to do another online message. I've got, I think, so a couple things. We're going to do another game. So that's going to be fun. If you guys didn't watch our Sunday sermon message, whatever, check it out. We're going to do another game. I actually have this really funny video from Joshua. I don't know if you guys saw the message on Sunday from Pastor Ryan, but I have this really fun video I'm going to show you guys. We have another, part of the message, another song from Jamie, and then we're also going to be doing a Zoom afterwards so we can all kind of get on and chat together. So make sure you guys are, there's a bee. Make sure you guys, look at, he likes my Mountain Dew. Ah! Oh my goodness. He's hanging out. What's up, friends? This is my friend, the bee. Anyway, let's pray. Jesus, we thank you for today. We do thank you for this time we got to come online and just open your word and learn a little bit more about you. I thank you for Jesus's heart to reach out to those who don't know you and not just be comfortable with the people that did. And so, Lord, I ask that you would help us to have that same heart, that same attitude, and to continue to, just put ourselves and our hearts in the right place where we see every person we encounter as an opportunity to lead them and share with them the good news of Jesus. And we just ask these things in your name. Amen. Woo! Well, hey guys, thanks again. So Sunday, don't miss it. It's going to be fun. Download Zoom if you don't have it. And we're going to be doing some good stuff on Sunday at 4. So see you then. Bye-bye. See ya.